All right, welcome everybody to another Whip Wednesday knockout. I'm thrilled that you're here. I do have a fan going in the background, so if anyone has any problems with sound, please let me know. It is hot here, and I actually have the puppies in the room with me, and just trying to keep it cool. But again, if the fan sound starts to bother people, definitely don't want that either. But welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for joining me this Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, Texas time, whatever time it is for you. Let me know. What's your time zone? Are you in the same time zone, in a different time zone? We have 5 minutes. So the clock just started. It just switched. The first 5 minutes, I'm allowing people to go grab 3 projects from around their house and be all set up, ready to go for us to knock some things out, to make some forward progress in our whips, our projects, so that way we can hopefully slowly get them off of our plate. Woo, I already have some people in the chat. I'm so excited to see you here. If you do have a question, both TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, got all 4 platforms here right now. Please ask in the comments, starting with a couple question marks. It really helps me to find your question if you have a couple question marks. I also have the ability to do super chat, super stickers over on YouTube. So if you have a question, you really need the answer now. If you do the super chat, super sticker, it pops up at me. And with my ADHD brain, I'm just like, whoa, okay, cool. And I can address your question immediately. But if you're somebody who's I'm not in a rush, not a big deal, then go ahead and ask your question that is crochet or yarny related and start it with a couple question marks, and I will get to it as I'm working through the chat. I do try to give everybody a very full answer. That, I tried to the best of my ability. I don't try to quick answer, move on type of deal. It also helps us with the conversation, keeping the conversation going, because my goal, my job for this live, this is a very structured live. If it's your first ever live, please let me know. My goal is to give you something to listen to, so that way you're not even looking at the screen. You should be looking down at your project and hyper focusing, trying to chisel away at it, getting a little bit further in it. And I'm just here to basically give you some entertainment. Entertainment, answer questions, and, just kind of talky. But I have 3 more minutes. I'm going to wait to get to the chat. So if you guys are in the chat, build it up. I'm not going to look at it until that 5-minute mark when I hit go. Over here. I try to make this extremely structured, so that way if somebody comes to the replay, because they couldn't make it at this time, they can always go to the replay, fast forward 5 minutes, and know that is the go time. Now, this is intended for crocheters, but I've had people utilize these 3 20-minute blocks of time that we're going to do today to do other crafty things. I've had people color because maybe they lost their Crojo and they're like, I just need a break, but I would love to just color and hyper focus in a different way. I've had people do chores. We're like, okay, this 20 minutes, I'm going to do the kitchen. This 20 minutes, I'm going to do the laundry. That's cool. If you're at work, the same thing. If you can have the ability to utilize these 20-minute blocks of time where you can hyper focus on something, it's your time. You do with it whatever you want to do with it. That way, it serves you in the best way possible. Oh, I'm already seeing lots of question marks, lots of chat, and I love the engagement. You guys are amazing here. In fact, I want to make sure, because I'm worried about losing it over on TikTok, because it happens. Oh, yay. Hello, Sassy Nana 8825. Hello. Question marks. And I'm going to answer this because I don't want to lose it. We're down to 1 minute. Says, I'm so far behind in the temperature blanket, I'm afraid I'll never get it done. I'm going to actually give you some words that I hope will comfort you greatly. I wish that I was behind in my temperature blanket, because if I were behind, I want to make sure I'm ready to go as soon as this clock turns. Because when you are on time with your temperature blanket, you're stuck. You keep pausing, you keep having to stop, because you have to wait to find out, okay, what's the temperature going to be? If you go too early, the temperature changes. Weather is not, going to be exactly what they predict all the time. Okay, 2:05. Our first 20-minute session has begun. Again, I try to stay very strict with that. And so go ahead and hyper focus on your projects, guys. And I'm going to start digging into the chat. Woo! All right. So like I mentioned, temperature blanket. If you're right on track, if you're like updated day to day, then you're kind of stuck in this, all right, gotta start, gotta stop, gotta start, gotta stop, because you're waiting, right? But if you let it go for a month or two and you let it build up, still get those temperature, the calendar cards that I created for you for free. Just go grab those, print those off, and just lock in the temperatures for that day and just kind of keep a record. And when you're ready, you can always come back to the project and start working some rows. But now you have a very clear layout of your temperatures and your colors. And you're like, oh, I don't need to cut my yarn off for like 5 rows because they're all the same color, you know? And so it's almost a benefit to be behind than it is to be caught up. And if you're like, crap, I missed a week. I didn't record the temperature. I didn't get it. Go to that WWK.com and type in your location and hit history. And you can actually tell it what month and year that you want to look at. And it'll go back like in time. I've had some people go back to like the 50s, 60s, 70s, where they're trying to make a memory blanket for when someone was born or when someone got married, or, you know, so that's something very, very memorable in time. And they've just gone back in time. So if you missed a month or two, utilize that WWK.com website, go grab those temperatures and fill them in. So yeah, I know there's a lot of people that I'm hearing from, especially when I do updated posts. I make those updated temperature blanket posts to remind you that we're still doing the project. I mean, we're in month 6. We're about to hit month 7. Temperature blanket projects they're a journey, right? It is not a fast project. It is something that you hunker down and you prepare for this, because you're not finishing this project for an entire year. And that's because you're accounting for every single day. There's a reason, right? But a lot of people start losing their momentum in the project halfway through because they're like, I'm over it. I want to be done with it already. And so if you're at least still giving it some attention, I'm just trying to remind you, hey, we're still doing this. We're still doing this. Then you don't have to be caught up, but just try not to let it become a whip that's lost in time. And that is, again, another reason why we do this right here, why we are doing the Whip Wednesday knockouts, because when we can't find the time, when we just cannot find the time to work on our whips, to work on our projects, it can feel like I can never get it done. Or if I choose to do that whip, then I have to sacrifice something else. What am I swapping out so I can do that? Well, let's do this Wednesday Whip knockout together. Give it just 20 minutes a week, 1 20-minute block. 20 minutes. I mean, I can waste 20 minutes on Pinterest. You know, all of a sudden it's gone. You know, it's like, what happened? And so you just give it a little bit of time every week, and eventually it's caught up or it's done. You're like, what happened? It's just that little bit. You just kept it going. Hello, Anna. The naughty boss is in the house. Sweet. Hello. I'm so happy you're here. Sassy Nana 8825 also says, I love the engagement. Thank you so much for saying hi, guys. Says, what's the link for the pillow? Oh, now I don't want to say too much because the last few times I've talked about the pillow, the algorithm has flagged me for, you were trying to sell something. And I was like, no, I wasn't trying. No. All right. So if you go to any of my posts where I've talked about the pillow, go into the description section and you'll see the link to go to get it. And if you can't find it on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, you can always go to my YouTube as well, where, you know, you just go to the community tab, or you can check out a short and just find the description section and you can grab the link there. And also you could also go to the description section of any of my recent videos. Like, the video I just released this weekend, just find my most recent video, click on the description section, scroll down, you'll see the link. I have it in there as well. Thank you so much for asking. I'm very, very excited about it. I didn't realize how much I would appreciate the pockets and the crochet hook holders until I actually got the cover. And now it's my favorite cover. It's my favorite. I did not anticipate it being my favorite cover, but now it's my favorite cover. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm so excited about it. So, and you can just get the cover. You don't have to get the whole pillow. You can get the whole pillow. But if you're like, I already have a pillow, don't need another pillow, you can just get the cover too. All right. We got 14 minutes left of session number 1. How you doing? How you doing? How's that project? What projects did you bring to the table with you today? All right. Now I'm coming over here to my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook people. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Say hi, Linda. Hi, Sakura. Hi, Julie. Hey, Julie. Oh, hello, Feather Song Crochet. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Danica. Okay, looking for those question marks. Karen, you're in a mountain time zone. Oh, okay. All right. So you're like 1 hour after me. So it's 1 p.m. I think it's 1 p.m. for you. Yay, Barbara, you made it to a live. Woohoo! Linda said she finished 2 whips this past week, a waffle stitch for a cousin for the fall and a corner-to-corner throw for the sofa. We got to give big props. Whoop, whoop. Got to go to Linda. Congratulations on finishing up some whips. That's got to feel so good, knocking out some projects, not having them on the to-do list anymore. Oh, Yarn Geek. Hey, girl. Hey, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, guys, if you were here last week, then you got the memo, especially if you made it to the 3rd session. If you didn't, check out the last week's video and didn't see the memo. I am looking for other YouTube channels to take over my Whip Wednesday knockouts. I have found that with all the things I have going on in the behind the scenes, I'm starting to get behind, get really, really behind, where it's getting harder and harder for me to complete weekly videos and create content to stay engaged with you and provide you value. I've spread myself a little too thin, where now I'm not doing great at any one thing. I'm just doing like adequately at everything. And I don't like that. I want to be great at the things that matter the most, which is being here for you, lifting you up, and providing you really good content, so that way I can help give you the confidence that you so deserve to make projects, to build you up in your skills, and to create this awesome community. And so unfortunately, I've overloaded myself, which is so easy to do. When you want to do it all, it's so easy to just like jump in, and then you're like, oh crap. So I'm looking for other channels to take over my Whip Wednesday knockout. I do have Lynn with Feather Song Crochet. Shout out to Lynn, Feather Song Crochet. She has volunteered to take it over. But I'm thinking, for this to be super successful, I'm not going to just like, I would love to spread the love. And anyone that can bring this type of structure, this type of live, to their own community and just help lift each other up and provide this value, I think it's beautiful. As many people that want to do it, and I will advocate, shout out, funnel people to your Wednesday Whip knockouts, all the people that decide to take it on, so that way all these incredible people that are here in this Wednesday Whip knockout and come every single week have options to check out. Like, let's check out the other Whip Wednesday knockouts and keep it alive. Keep it alive. So if you are interested, please email me at info@crochetwithtiffany.com. Let me know that you're interested in taking on the Wednesday Whip knockouts. If you want, you could even change the day, or the time, if you find that something else works better. But I will you let me know if you're taking it on, so I can tell people like, hey, this person plans on trying it out. Go give them a peek. Like Feather Song Crochet. All right. Woo-hoo. We got 9 minutes and 50 seconds left of session number 1. I will be here next week. Next week's going to be my last Wednesday Whip Knockout. Everyone, I'm telling you all this in session 1 because most of you dip. You're gone by session 3, and I want everyone to know. Next week is my last Wednesday Whip Knockout, so I'm going to do a really big giveaway, kind of like hoorah. And so in session 3 of today, stick around to session 3 of today. I'm going to give you the special word that you need, the code word that you need to type into the comment section, so that way you can qualify for this big giveaway. But yes, please try to mark it on your calendar to show up next week, so that way you can see if you won. And I'll also be giving lots of direction on what to do next. La la la. Looking through the chat. There's so much chat. I love it. Yay. And then la 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 over here. La la la. I'm just watching me read. Emmy, hello. Oh wait, something said. Okay, can you say my name? It's Emmy. Yep. I mean, it's funny. So few people actually leave a comment on TikTok that it's like, yeah, if somebody leaves a comment, I'm like instantly dialed in. So thanks so much for the advice and confidence. You are so welcome, Sassy Nana. I love that name. Oh, poor thing. She says, I've lost several fur babies over the years. That's the saddest. That's such a sad experience. I'm sorry for your loss, but I hope you're doing well. Heather asked, is the Whip Wednesday going away indefinitely or just a break? Right now, I am not sure when I'd be able to take it back on. So right now I'm going to say indefinitely, which is why I'm trying to find as many people as possible to take it on, so that way it's successful. If anything changes, you will know in the community. I will post a message in my YouTube community if anything changes. But at the present moment, the amount of stuff on my to-do list is I don't know when or if I'll be able to come back to the Wednesday Whip Knockouts. And I don't really have a timeline if it were a possibility. But if anything changes, I will, of course, first check out the people that took it over, see how they're doing. And if it's disappeared altogether, I may bring it back when I can finally like dwindle my own stuff off of my plate, right? That's, the point of what we're doing today is trying to get stuff off the plate. I'm trying to knock stuff off my plate. And as soon as I can make things a little bit more manageable, we'll see if I can bring it back. Because I love it so much. I love you all so much, and I have so much fun with you. I know, Heather. I don't like it either. I don't like it either. But it's gonna help save my sanity. All right, so we have 6 minutes left in our session number 1. How you doing? Okay, right now let's talk a little bit about this Granny Square Crochet Along Project 101 series that I got going on my YouTube channel right now. Have you joined it? Have you watched it yet? Are you giving it a try? So I actually had quite a few people mention, and I think we've had this conversation here as well, that people are interested in making their own patterns. They're interested in making their own wearables. They're just not sure exactly where to start, how to do it, what to consider. And there's just a lot of questions about structuring your own wearable. And I was like, this could be really interesting. It could be really fun. So right now I have 2 videos that are out. I have the kind of introductory, let's make the swatch to figure everything out video. I've got the let's pick what size we want to make video. The two videos that I have recorded and just need to be edited. I have 2 videos in the hopper right now, and that is crap. I gotta remember. There's just so much going on in my head right now because I just recorded the 4th video. 3rd video was how many rounds to make and how much yarn you're going to need, figuring out that, and how much yarn you will need to buy to make your project. That was video 3. Video 4 is making modifications, like how to change up the top to make it like more for you, whether it's changing how the neckline fits, changing how the armhole fits, changing the length or the width. Different things like how that video 4, I'm hoping, is really going to empower a lot of people to realize that when you see a pattern, you don't have to make the pattern to a T. Now, I know there are many people out there that that's their comfort zone. They love to just like, give me a pattern, tell me what I need to buy, tell me what I need to do, and let me just like make it. And if that's you, then that's awesome. That's your happy place. And that's that's how you like to craft. Very cool. But if there is somebody out there who is curious about changing things up, maybe their body shape, that's the shape of the thing they want to make, it doesn't flatter their body shape. And there are infinite different types of body shapes and sizes. And so this makes a lot of sense. If you want to take a top you think is super cute and you want to adjust it so it actually looks cute on you, then you can modify it. That's the power of crochet. You don't have to stick to exactly what the pattern says. You can do little things to make it like your own, make it fit you and your style. And so that's what I'm going over in video 4. I'm hoping to get those out this week. I have I'm double like talking about the too much on my plate thing, double dipping this week. So I've got those 2 videos that I need to edit and get out to you guys. And then I also have the temperature blanket for July's crochet stitch of the month. That's coming out this Saturday. And I know we were just talking about the temperature blanket. And so this is actually going to be an easy stitch. I'm very excited. We're just working with a single crochet stitch. That's it. I wanted to keep the stitch simple because we're bringing pony beads into the project. There's been some people that are curious about working with beads and crochet. And to be honest, the addition of beads to crochet is not hard. It's not complicated, but it can elevate a project 10 times. It can do huge things to your crochet project just by adding some beads in. And you good? You gonna fit? You're gonna try. Apollo's like over here trying to like make it work. Yeah, so something I'm really excited about doing this year for this year's temperature blanket project is bringing in some easier techniques that I think people might either just be either afraid to try, uncomfortable to try. They look at it, it looks too hard, so they don't try, or it just never hit their radar. And they're like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know you could do that. And so it was kind of my prerogative with the 2025 temperature sampler blanket crochet along project, was bringing in something every month that will introduce you to something new, So I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. Let's do it. So next month, I don't want the stitch to be hard. I don't want people focusing on how to make the stitch. I want people to focus on incorporating the pony beads into the project. So we're just doing a single crochet stitch. We're just bringing the pony beads in. All right, 30 seconds left of session number 1. How far can you get, guys? How hard can you push? How far can you get in this particular project that you have designated for session number 1? 25 seconds left. You've got this. You're doing great. Just want to make sure that I'm caught up. Yay. Oh, being a pair of socks for your mom's birthday. I love it. I will make socks at some time. I really want to make socks. I have yarn to make socks. I've tried to make socks once. Hi. All right, so session number 1 has just finished, but we're into our 5-minute transition. Now, why do we have a 5-minute transition? Because I would like you to find a really good place to pause or stop your project. If you are close to finishing a row, finish a row. If you're close to getting to a really good pausing or stopping spot, get to that pausing or stopping spot. Then fold your project nice and neatly, put it away. Again, no stress, no pressure, no anxiety. We're just going to let this be all about like relaxing and getting stuff done. Relaxing and getting stuff done. Also, if you need to use the restroom, get a drink. Please stay hydrated. For me, it's really, really hot outside, hence the fan. It's really, really hot outside, so I've been trying to stay very hydrated. I hope you are too. Get something to drink. And find your second project. What are you working on for your second project? Oh, thank you so much, Heather. That was Apollo. She said, your dog is beautiful, or your beautiful dog. Yes, he likes to make an appearance. I'm being very brave today. I have both puppies with me today, both Barrett and Apollo. I have a miniature long-haired Dachshund, little mini wiener dog, and a Great Dane. And they are hilarious together. It's really funny when I walk them together and you got both ends of the spectrum going on. like okay. But they're both cute. I'm being brave because if a leaf skitters across the front doorstep, Barrett thinks it's a stranger and he starts barking. And I'm like, oh, I really hope that nobody barks today. 3 minutes left of our transition. I might be able to actually work on a project today. We will see. So I brought it out. I don't always get a chance to work on projects because I'm usually chatting with you and engaging in questions, or I have like a bunch of different things going. Oh, I could talk about that. Squirrel. I usually have like a bunch more to talk about, but I was like, I don't really know what to talk, any updates to talk about today. I might actually get some crocheting in, unless there's some questions that go on. Natalie says I'm going to be making Fluffy from Harry Potter. Only used beads once. I was working on Appa for the first season. What, is that a typo or? Gotcha. Awesome, Heather. She says, what was your first crochet project that I learned crochet with? Oh, I think I dove right into blankets because, I mean, super simple stitch, but it was just using, I think it was a single crochet stitch. I made a whole blanket with a single crochet stitch. My grandmother taught me, and she wanted me to learn repetition. And I don't think we got as far as like a half double crochet stitch. I don't remember, but I think it was something very simple, either a scarf or a blanket, something where I was just going back and forth with it. And I believe that was my first project, which is a great idea. If you're jumping into your first project and you've never picked up a crochet hook before, working something that is just back and forth rows, whether it is a scarf or a blanket, it's very helpful because you're working on your consistency. You're working on your tension. You're working on your stitch placement. If you're going to jump right into a project and you're just picking up a crochet hook for the first time, I would only use the basic stitches. That way you're I mean, you're working on so many things. You're working on like this hand is doing this hand is doing that. You're working on where your tension, like how tight or loose your stitches are. You're working on where am I actually putting the crochet hook. You got all these things going on. You don't need to worry about, right, we're making this stitch and this stitch and this stitch, right? Like, too much. Right. We are now into session number 2. Session number 2, grab your second project. Go ahead and hyper focus, begin. After session 2, we're going to do a nice crochet or stretch. Then session 3, I'm going to give you the code word for our giveaway that I will be announcing the winner to next week. Yay! Hello, Navaz. I'm so happy that you made it. Yay! Awesome, cool. All right, so what the thing I was thinking about where I was like, I could share that. So tonight over in my Crochet Club membership, we are doing the 4th of July crochet contest. And that's where any of the members can enter in a crochet project that there's going to be 2 prizes. One prize for the most 4th of July themed and one prize for the most summery themed project. And tonight we're actually voting. We're voting on who the winner is. And I love doing these contests because I love to see where people go with these ideas and how far they go with these ideas. I love to see the projects that they chose because I let it be open. You can make anything. I've had people make Barbie clothes. I've had people make full on like tablecloths. I've had people make stuffed animals, whether it was something small or something big, whether it was following a pattern or they just kind of winged it and created it themselves. I've had people make full outfits. It's pretty awesome. And so to see where people's creativity takes them and where they go, it's so cool. So if you're a Crochet Club member, please check out, or please try to make it tonight, because we have this awesome contest that is going on. We're going to be announcing a winner. And even if you don't have anything to enter, I need your help to vote for the winner because I hate voting for the winner. It's not fun for me. And only a couple times have I been the tiebreaker. And that is just so incredibly hard because I know that the winner and the non-winner know I was the deciding factor. And that's just so hard. It's so hard. But I have also opened up a new platform for my membership. You've got to check it out. There's actually a huge benefit. If you've never checked out my Crochet Club over on my website, please give it a try. There is an extended free period right now and only through the month of June. If you want to try it, get in now, where you can get in, check it out, see what it's all about. And if it's not for you, you can end it and you never paid a thing. You never paid a thing. And honestly, the amount of value that is there and is coming over there and the amount of options and ways of customizing and things that I can do over there, it's incredible. So yeah, if you haven't taken the leap to join my Crochet Club membership over on my website, please go take a peek and take advantage of that extended free period that's happening right now. Karen says, not plans, appointments, etc. for Wednesday, as that is my whip knockout day. If it is Wednesday, I am knocking stuff off my plate. I love it. Love it, Karen. That's the way to think. Hi, Lynn. Hello. Yay. I am really close to finishing up one panel of this top. Look familiar? I really want to knock it out because the colors are so pretty. I want to finish it. So this right here is going to be a top. It's going to be 2 panels. I think I only need to finish this row and finish one more row, and I think this panel will be done. But it's going to be 2 panels. I got this one here. And then I made this one, but after I made the 2 panels, I was like, I need more rows. I was like, it's not done. It's not done. I need to add more rows. So I am adding more rows at the moment to get it to reach the length that I actually want it to be. So I got the 2 panels, and I love coming to you guys for your creative like suggestions. There are a couple ways that you could take this top. One is just kind of like join the 2 together and then you got a top, right? But I like to overcomplicate things. It's what I do. So I mentioned to people, okay, there's a couple different things that I'm thinking about doing for the top. And one is adding a rectangle piece, a little piece between here. So that way the top doesn't come to a V, it'll come to a point and then over and then up. And then what I was thinking about potentially doing is making a collar border that will then fill in this part a little bit and just kind of make everything really, really pretty. Again, just adding a few more pieces to it. I could just join it together, but I think it'll be a lot more interesting if I did add that break in the center here. And then I also want to make the sides of it open and airy. So I'll take the 2 and I'll kind of like close it here. But then I want to keep this part, like, want to be able to gradually allow it to open. So that way it's kind of open and airy and flowy and not boxy. Some people I'm talking to, they're like, everything I see is boxy. Everything I see is boxy. And so I'm just trying to think outside the box and do something different. Again, this could easily be done like, okay, do the 2 rectangles, join, cute little finishing border, done. It could be that simple. It could be that simple. But there's just more you can do. There's more you can do. Why? You don't have to stop there. You don't have to stop there. So, yeah. I'm starting at least with the panels. Then from the panels, I'll see how much yarn I have left. I'll see how much yarn I have left and then go from there on design, what I need, all the other details. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Right. We have 12 minutes and 10 seconds left of session number 2. You're doing great. Keep hyper focusing on your project. Again, this isn't, I don't necessarily want you looking at the screen. I want you to be working on your project, chiseling away at it, getting further along with it so you can get it off your plate, get it off the shelf. Let it stop taking up new yarn real estate on your shelf or in your closet or in the designated area. Like, let's move that project on. We're also in the heat of summer. Oh, yes. I'm going to talk to you about that. Squirrel. Squirrel moment. So I am joining in something very exciting that's going to be happening on YouTube this fall. It's going to be called Decade Divas, where there's like around 20 different YouTube channels that are all participating. And I asked to join. I was like, can I be a part of it? That sounds like so much fun. And all these channels are going to be making projects representing the 70s. And this has been challenging for me because there are a couple different things that I want to make. I keep wanting to naturally gravitate towards wearables, but I don't want to make a wearable because I don't want to have to then adjust the pattern for a bunch of different sizes. I want to just make one project. I just want to make one project. And So I've been thinking, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm thinking about, I definitely want to do something with granny squares, because granny squares, 70s, they go hand in hand. I mean, I've done a Pinterest search. I've done a Google search. I've looked at a couple of I have some really cool vintage 70s crochet older crafting magazines. I love collecting these things. They're so just, it's like, wow, that's what they did back then. Like, it's really cool to reference. So I whipped those out and I looked through some of those old magazines, and granny squares were like hot back then. One of the big things, though, is colors. I think that's going to be what's going to tie my project into the 70s the most, is the colors that I use. Also chevrons and blankets, a lot of blankets. It's funny, when you watch a lot of TV shows, you see all these blankets over the back, the throw blankets over the back of the couch, and they're generally like 70s themed colors. But I will be reaching out to you guys in a poll, either a poll or just a general question over in my YouTube community, where I'm asking, like, what project are you most inspired by? That way I can make sure that I focus around that type of project. I'm probably going to either go a poncho, because ponchos can be a one size fits most, or it can be something where I can offer little tweaks for adjustments if somebody wants something bigger or smaller. And I don't have to create like a different size instruction for all sizes between extra small and 5XL. I mean, that's a lot of math. It's a lot of math, and it's a lot to figure out. I want to keep this project simple. So either a poncho, a blanket. What was the other thing? What's the other thing? I think that's really, it's funny. That's really what I'm kind of bouncing between, like a poncho or a blanket. And when I talk poncho, I'm going to be creative. It's not going to be it's not going to be a super basic poncho, but it'll have like multiple granny squares is what I'm thinking. Multiple granny squares. It's not just going to be like this side, that side. It's going to be like multiple pieces. So yeah. Oh, the dog is going to start barking. I know it. I'm prepping. We got 7 minutes and 20 seconds left of session number 1. There we go. Oh, Devin did. There we go. Great. Everyone is out of the office, so there's no noise. We're safe. We're safe. Hi, Diane. Diane in Colorado. Hello. Thank you so much for making it and saying hi. We have 6 minutes and 40 seconds left of session number 2. After session number 2, we're going to stretch. So try to hang out and don't miss out on that. But what do you guys think? Decades Diva. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, that was the other thing. Oh, but I don't want to do that. I was thinking about potentially making a cardigan, but I'm already making a cardigan with another project, and I don't want to like do a bunch of cardigans. That'd just be, again, a lot of work, a lot of math. I either want to do, like, I think I'm leaning towards poncho or blanket. What do you guys think? Oh, I love it. People are giving color ideas. Yes, please help. Like, those of you who are like, feel like you know the 70s vibe is strong, help me out. For one, pick your project. What would you kind of think? What would you rather make? What would you have more fun with? And again, this is supposed to be for funsies, right? Or also, what colors do you think of when you think 70s? Let me know. Oh, that is hilarious. Hi, Michael. Thanks for making it in. He says anything as long as it's not pea soup green. I love it. Oh my gosh. Yes, green, like greens, browns, and oranges are kind of what I have seen, but the spectrum has been everywhere. And that's why I'm reaching out and asking you guys, because I've gone to Pinterest and looked up the color palettes. I think that's a trick that I've shared with you. And if I am struggling with color ideas, I usually go to Pinterest and I'll look up color palettes. That's what I'll search. I'll search color palettes for, and then I'll insert the vibe that I'm going for. So in this case, like for 70s decade, 70s decade. And it gave me this vast amount of options. It was almost too much, because then I was like, nothing's really matching up, so that's why I come to you. And if you know about this Decades Diva thing, we are supposed to start talking more about it next month, but you guys are special. You guys are special, so I'm letting you know now. If you're part of it, say, hey, I'm doing that too. Linda's like, I'm familiar with it. She said, I'm 60 years old. So 1964 forward, I'm familiar with it. I love it. Feather Song Crochet says, I'm more of a 70s music fan than fashion. Sorry, can't help. I get it. I also thought about doing something with fringe, but then I was like, nah, I'm leaning towards these other two. Avocado. Yep. Okay. Walnut and harvest gold. That's like you hit the nail on the head right there, Barbara. For sure. Those colors. I noticed that, like you mentioned, avocado, walnut, harvest gold, a lot of the colors that I was seeing are what we normally see for autumn colors. Like you said, harvest colors. It's just the tone of the color, or which colors from autumn tones or harvest tones that they put together. It's very interesting. So, and I wonder if I probably couldn't go wrong if I just kind of gravitated towards autumn colors, probably couldn't go wrong. Poncho with fringe. Love it, Fran. Love it. I definitely will. If I do a poncho, I'm absolutely adding fringe. I can't not add fringe to anything 70s. Wild time. I mean, I've seen pictures and it's loud. Like everything is just loud and the creativity is so massive. It's so massive when you look at the 70s. Just what they did and how they did it. It's like, wow, that is so cool. I've seen a lot of granny stitch or granny square projects, and people in the 70s had no problem wearing a granny stitch or granny square item with nothing under it, and you're like, that was a choice. Like, okay. Ooh, Kathy says, check out Just Vintage Crochet. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to write that down. I have checked her out before. I recognize the name of the channel, but for 70s ideas, like that's going to her channel with a purpose, right? Check out Just Vintage Crochet for 70s ideas or 70s ideas. Great. Thanks for the tip. Love it. Sorry, I'm a 90s baby. Wasn't around. Girl, me too. Well, I was born in the 80s, but like 90s music, 90s fashion, that's me. I'm 90s. But for this Decades Diva thing that I'm participating in, the theme is 70s. So I'm like, all right. Dawn says, I don't like those pea green and mustard colors. I love bright and multicolored with black. Yes, I'm from that decade. That too, 100% rainbow, like bright rainbow colors, psychedelic colors. Yes. Those also popped up a lot. So I'm like, confused on what colors to use, which is why I mentioned like those harvest autumn colors or the bright, bold, neon, like psychedelic colors. I'll figure it out. All right, so we got 2 minutes. Go ahead and wrap up your project and find a good pausing stopping spot so you can fold it up and put it away. I'm going to go ahead and reposition my cameras so that way we can get ready for our crochet stretch. So you just kind of wrap up, and then when you're done wrapping up, just stand for me. Just stand up. That's all I'm asking you to do. Okay. How's that look? Yeah, that'll do. That'll work. Okay, now that works, but angle you a little differently. Aha! Got it. We're good. All right. Well, let's angle you a little bit. There. That's better. That's better. Got 1 minute. Right. Crocheters, everyone, even if you're not crocheting, if you're just watching, we just sat or we're sitting for 50 minutes just while we were together. That was 5-minute intro, 2 20-minute windows, 20-minute sessions that we did, and then the 5-minute transition from session 1 to session 2. That's 50 minutes. And if you were sitting before you even started watching my live, then you've been sitting for even longer than that. Experienced crocheters, veteran crocheters, we've heard some point in our lives, or we have become very well aware that every 40 to 60 minutes, you really should stand up, stretch your body, because if you sit for an extended amount of time, it's affecting your blood flow, it's affecting your oxygen flow in your body, it's starting to create issues, tension, it's starting to create aches and pains in your body, which we ignore because we're crocheters and nothing's going to stop us from crocheting. So we ignore those aches and pains and we persevere and we push through with our projects because we're having fun and we're in our zone. And all of a sudden we start to feel those aches and pains and we're like, ow, that actually really hurts. Oh, I'm really uncomfortable. And then we keep doing that over time, and eventually it actually becomes a medical problem. And so my philosophy, as is a lot of other people, prevention is better than treatment. So we're preventing right now by doing a couple stretches. I like to start with the neck. Please follow along. If any of the stretches that I do are stretches that you know you cannot do, or you find them extremely uncomfortable, maybe you had a surgery or something, you know, my body doesn't move like that, then please replace whatever stretch that I'm doing with a stretch that you know you can do. Again, the point of this is not the exact thing that I'm doing. The point of this is just moving your body. Okay. So I like to start with the neck. With the neck, I'm going to do yeses and nos today. So yeses, starting with yeses, chin to chest. Okay. And then move your head all the way back. Like full range of motion. We're not just doing this. This is not what I'm looking for right now. Okay. No, I'm looking for chin to chest, all the way back. There's 2. Chin to chest, all the way back. 3. We're doing 5, okay? Chin to chest, all the way back. 4. Chin to chest, all the way back. There's 5. Now let's do nose. Now when I'm asking for nose, I'm not asking for this. I'm asking you to look all the way to either your left or your right, like as far as you can move your head. And then the other side, as far as you can move your head. There's 1. Left, right, or whatever side it is. Left, right. That's 3. Left, right. That's 4. Left, right. That's 5. You know, it's really funny. Today was garbage pickup day, so I thought, oh, no, that's rain, so it is thunder. Okay. I was like, someone's moving a lot, their garbage can out around a lot. Like, I just kept hearing this sound, and then I'm like, wait, that's thunder. Okay, we got thunder going on in the background. All right, so those are our yeses and nos. Let's move on to the next stretch. The next stretch, we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up our chest by, oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to do big circles. Okay. It's opening up our chest and also our shoulder. So let's go ahead and move forward. We're going to do 5. Full range of motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's reverse. Go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Seriously, working that shoulder is a big deal because we're always, we got this position for a long period of time. Let's go ahead and work the other shoulder going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great. All right, let's go ahead and work our forearms, shall we? Hand facing our face, or face your palm. Put your thumb behind your wrist, your other fingers making your hand flat tabletop. Have your elbow bent, okay? Once you have the hand flat tabletop, go ahead and extend your arm, and you're going to feel this nice, luscious stretch right here in your forearm. It feels so good. Just hold for 5 to 10 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend your elbow and then release. Okay, let's do the other side. Other hand, palm. Put your thumb behind your wrist, tabletop, bent elbow. Then elongate for that nice stretch, counting to 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend your elbow and release. Those are the most popular crocheter stretches, that one with the wrist that I see whenever I look up crochet stretches. That's a big one. See if you can actually hear the weather outside. I mean, I got the fan going. Like, got a lot of sounds happening here. All right, next I'm just going to do some wrist rolls. Let's do 5 one direction, 5 another direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other direction. 1. This is weird to me. 2, I always feel weird. 3, it's not natural. 4, 5. Great. 4 stretches down, 1 to go. Big baby. Come in. You have to get out of the way. Okay, for our lower back, we're going to do... You're not helping. You are not helping. Okay, we're going to do some twists, all right? So you got to let me twist. Okay, fine. All right. So we're going to twist this way. I can't do it with you. Okay, you got to wait. Okay, no, stay. Right. I'm going to cactus my arm. Wow, he's just going to lean. He's going to lean hard. Okay, I'm going to cactus our arms, and I'm going to twist. Keep your hips still. Like, don't move your hips, okay? Twist one way as far as you can go. Back to the center. Twist the other way as far as you can go. Back to the center. All right, tick-tock, do the puzzle piece. Oh, no. Let's try again. You bumped me, Apollo. Got it. Okay. Back to cactus, twist. 1 and 2. So that's the second twist. Let's do that again. Right or left, right. That's 3. Left, right. That's 4. Left and right. That's 5. And that's all 5 stretches, guys, or 5 movements of our body. We did the yes and no's. We did the windmills. We did the forearm stretches, the wrist rolls, and the lower back twist. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. I hope that you did the stretches and didn't just watch me do them because it is a big deal for your body. It really does help your body. We don't have to break a sweat. We don't have to do anything strenuous. It's just moving your body so that way you can help keep your body, like keep things flowing, keep things moving, and you prevent any of those aches and pains from establishing, right? Prevention over treatment. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the third 20-minute session. So that way you're not waiting on me, and then I'm going to move my cameras around so that way I can get I won't even be able to. Session number 3 has just begun. I won't even be able to move my chair there because you're in the way. He's giving me the side eye. Not even moving his head, just giving me the side eye. Okay. Thank you so much for stretching with me, guys. Oh, looks like I have some more ideas over in the chat with YouTube and Facebook. Thank you guys so much. If you have any suggestions over on TikTok of anything that could be fun to make for this crochet 70s decade diva thing that's going to be happening, it's going to be starting this fall, please throw some ideas in the chat. Let me know. What would be fun to make? Also, let me know poncho or blanket. Poncho or blanket. That way I have a direction, because the day that I am going to release the day I'm scheduled to release my pattern is the first weekend in October. So again, I don't have anything. I'm in the brainstorming phase at the moment, but it's better to get this knocked out sooner rather than later so I can make sure it's ready to go, right? So that's why I'm like, what do you think? What do you think? I was going to move my chair. I was going to move the cameras, but he laid down. So I'm like stuck. I'm like, okay, I guess we're stuck. Everybody, remember, next week, next Wednesday Whip Knockout is going to be my last Wednesday Whip Knockout because I'm having to take things off of my plate so I can be stronger and more present in other areas like my YouTube videos, creating my content, my crochet club, and my partnerships where I'm creating patterns and content, integrating myself with the Volare team and other really big opportunities, designing and just being super creative, which I'm very excited to get creative and create some patterns and designs. So those are the 3 areas that I'm going to be focusing is YouTube, creating awesome videos, leveling you up, and letting you be a part of something awesome. My crochet club, community, where we're having contests and play games and do all the yarny chit chat, where I can see you, I can hear you live through a Zoom, or you can just watch like a fly on the wall. And then also designing for Volare and a couple other people. So, very cool. So next week, I'm going to be throwing a giveaway. I'm going to have a really, really big giveaway to just kind of like, hurrah, last live. The word that I'm going to have you use. So we have time. There's almost 17 minutes left of this live. After this live is over, wait till after this live is over. Come back to the replay over on YouTube because I'm going to be using the random comment picker, and I can only pick from one platform, not all 4. I'm going to pick from the YouTube video because that just goes right into the replay section. Go to my YouTube video that's marked for June 25th. comment in the comment section using the word knockout. KNOCKOUT. I'll put it in the chat here. KNOCK. That's knock, and OUT, all one word. That's the word you'll put in the comment section after this live is over. Do not bother putting it in the chat because the random comment picker doesn't pick from the chat. It picks from the comments. It's a random comment picker. I'll remind you about that when we get closer to ending the live. But I just want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to enter so you have the ability to, you have a chance to win the big prize I'm going to give away next week. Also, try to make it next week with our Wednesday Whip Knockout. So that way, if you win, like, yay, you were there. We got to like celebrate together. Cool. I think that's it. Also, if you have a YouTube channel and you would like to take on the Wednesday Whip Knockouts, I'm spreading the love to anyone that is willing to take it on. That way we can reach more people. There are people that don't know I exist, and they know you exist though. And so if you're able to serve your people, you're able to reach and help even more people. So if you're interested in taking on my Wednesday Whip Knockouts, please let me know. That way I can funnel people to you, let all my people know, hey, I'm not doing it anymore, but these people are, check them out. It's a great way to lift other channels up as well. And so if you're willing to do it, email me, info@crochetwithtiffany.com, and say, I am interested in the Wednesday Whip Knockouts. Cool. Okay, we got 14 minutes, 30 seconds left. Rhinestones, bean. That is such a great idea. Barbara says beads and fringe. So beads, fringe, rhinestones. Whew. You're going to have me all sparkly. Oh, Michael, you said my grandmother's house is stuck in the 70s. I love it. Okay, this is going to be a super funny story. When I was really little, I'm like my earliest memories before I went to school, like maybe preschool. So I'm really going far back. The house that we owned had orange carpet and orange curtains. Like anybody else either like know somebody that still has that, they remembered their house ever having that when they were like long time ago. Like that was I remember that of that house. There's orange carpet, like burnt orange carpet and matching curtains. It's like, wow. All right. Oh, great idea, friend. If I do make a blanket, large granny squares, so it won't take too long. That's really, really smart. Ooh, Nessa, you made a big, so Nessa and Michael MDL are both really into Tunisian crochet. Like very skilled, made some gorgeous projects. So if you haven't, go check out Infinitely Zero and MDL Crochet. Check out their projects, check out their channels, because just extremely talented. Oh, Linda says, yes, the sunflower shawl. Also the one with beads and feathers. Ooh, okay. Sunflower shawl is a lot of, that sounds really, really pretty, actually. I'm going to write that down. Sunflower shawl. Because the others, the granny square blankets and stuff, like that's something I already kind of had in my head, but it wasn't even on the radar to do a sunflower shawl. That sounds really pretty. Now my creative brain is going crazy. Thanks. No, seriously, that's really good. Aw, Nessa, that's cute. She said Juniper just stretched with me. That's so cute. Oh, question marks. Great questions. Yay. Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. Who says, I just finished a pair of baby mittens. What would be nice to put on them? So first of all, congratulations. We're going to shout out Lizzie for finishing a project. Woo! Finished some mittens. Love it. What would be something nice to put on them? That is really, oh my gosh. The options are endless. I would probably first focus on if they're baby mittens. If they're for somebody, I would consider like baby theme or what the parents are really into. If this baby is super girly, you could go with like a heart or a flower. If it's a boy and they're more like sports themes, you know, you could do something with sports. You could do bugs. You could add no, don't add buttons. Don't do that. Don't add buttons. No, that's a choking hazard. We don't want to do that. You could cross stitch a little design, like take, you know, yarn needle and a different color of yarn that might complement or pop, or just like a white or a gray, and make a little design that's really cute, like with some arrows or something. Goodness. You could add a little pom-pom like to the bottom, just something where, you know, in mittens, there's like something that you put on mittens to make them like stick together, like a big cord. You could put like pom-pom. Lots of ideas. But what I would definitely do, Lizzie, is I would consider the baby's environment, like what their parents are really into, or if the baby has a theme, and I would utilize that to help guide you with what direction you take the mittens. Feather Song says, what's the giveaway? Or is it a surprise? It's a surprise. It is a surprise. And then, because dude, yeah, I'm still deciding if I want to put certain things in it or not, and how big I want the giveaway to be. So I'm still kind of in this deciding stage. So it's a surprise. Oh, thank you so much, Mary Gabalot. Hello, Michi. Crystal from Bago de Crochet has a gorgeous Stevie Nicks shawl. Crystal is so creative. Oh, that's so funny, Bean. Beanie says, I had plaid carpet in one house. Wow. That is crazy. Talk about a lot. That'd be a lot visually, right? Like just very busy. It'd be very busy. Linda says our dining room had shag carpet, striped orange, gold, and green. Oh no. Oh no. Mama was so happy when plumbing flooded it and she had to replace it. That is so funny. That is awesome. Pam says the house we moved into 38 years ago, before the one we're in now, had orange shag carpet. We had to rip it all out. LOL. See, it was a thing. It was a thing. It's hilarious. Hilarious. We got 7 minutes and 20 seconds left of session number 3. You guys are incredible for hanging out. Loving it. You guys have been so helpful. Thank you for your suggestions, the color ideas. I think I have a direction now that I'm going to go in. Thinking back to the Pinterest posts that I have tagged, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with Pinterest because I have thousands of pins, right? I'll go and check out. I already have some that I've saved, screenshotted, and I'll go in a certain direction now based on, a lot of you were saying more poncho. I was hearing more poncho than blanket, and that's cool. That's got a lot of ideas in that direction. Colors. Colors are hard, because like we mentioned, it could be very autumny colors, or you could go very colorful rainbow colors, right? I have some ideas. Woo! Thanks for your help. Awesome. All right, I'm going to take these 6 minutes and I'm going to see if I can get at least finished with this row. I would sit, but Mr. takes up a lot of room. Don't forget, I'm going to just remind everybody, if you're in the Crochet Club, we have our 4th of July Crochet Club contest that is going on tonight. If you are a member and you're not entering anything in the contest, please still come so that way you can help me vote for a winner. It's also really cool to see what people enter. And then if you are at all interested in joining my Crochet Club membership, now is the time to do it for only the month of June, ending at the end of June. I have extended the window, the free trial. I've made the free trial much bigger. So you can come in, you can enjoy the Crochet Club, check it out, and decide if it's for you. Come to a couple lives, see what you think. And then if you're like, nope, not really feeling it, it's not really connecting with me, you can cancel and you didn't pay for anything. Like come enjoy, come hang out, check it out. I have 3 different membership options over there. I've got the monthly membership where you pay monthly. I've got the annual membership, which is everything you get for monthly. But if you get the annual plan, you get 2 months free. You're only paying for 10 months. And then I have the one-on-one membership. The one-on-one membership is where people come and they get 1 hour, 1 private session with me every month, and we can go over whatever crochet or yarn related topic that you want to go over, whether that's a project you want to do together, or if you want to learn something but you're just shy and you want to just kind of like have a private lesson, you could utilize that hour for us to chit chat about crochet projects and yarn and inspiration. It's your hour to kind of go over anything that's crochet or yarn related. And if that sounds interesting to you, definitely go check out the membership, please. I just love helping people along with their crochet journey. All right, we're getting closer. How you doing on your project? You knocking it out? You chiseling away a little bit? I am on my last row. If I can knock this out. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left of session number 3. I think I'll be able to finish this last row and this last panel. Yay! My goodness. Can't wait for this to be finished so I can wear it. My goodness. It's funny. There's a couple wearables that I've made, a couple projects that I've made where I made the whole project and it didn't turn out the way that I wanted or the way I intended. And so I don't wear it. And it's sad because, that gorgeous yarn, I don't even wear it. The Southwest basket that I was making. Some of you might know that I was making or tinkering around with the Southwest style pattern for a basket. I'm going to be sharing that with you guys, how the structure of it just didn't work out, and what I'm going to be doing with that. I'm going to be making some posts on, projects that flopped, projects that did not end up turning out the way you wanted them to. And how that's okay. That's part of the process of designing. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Can you do it? Can you push through? Yay! I finished the panel. All right, cut that yarn. Now I'll need to go back to the first panel and add a few rows. Yay! So full panel, and then goes over your shoulder like that, and it should evenly hit both sides. Yay! There we go. Cool. So close, but so far. Yay. Linda says, my crochet space is so small with 3 dogs on the recliner with me every time. Everyone's trying to cuddle with you. That's really cute. Got 30 seconds left, guys. 30 seconds. Can you finish that row? How far can you get? Ooh. I'm going to see if I can at least touch what's left of this skein. I'm going to bring it over to this panel. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't seen that I'm doing a brand new granny square top crochet project 101, kind of walking you through, go check that out. I have 2 videos of that series on my channel now. The introduction, making the swatch together, and figuring out, I always forget this, what size we want to make. The 2 videos that I have in the hopper that I need to edit is how much yarn you need to buy, how much yarn you're going to need for the project, and how many rounds to make your square to make the size you want. That's video 3. Video 4 is modifications, how to modify the neckline, how to modify the sleeves, how to modify the length of your top or a top. And so I hope you enjoy those videos. Also, this weekend, the temperature blanket stitch, July's temperature blanket stitch of the month. That video releases this weekend. Please watch it. I hope you're having fun with the project. And if you make anything, guys, if you make any project that is in that Granny Square series or your temperature blanket, please post pictures of your process along the way on Instagram or Facebook and tag me in it. My tag handle is at Crochet with Tiffany. That way I can see it and I can leave a little comment. You guys, thank you so much for being here today, hanging out with me today. It means the world. Thank you so much. Don't forget, as soon as this live ends, which is about to happen, come back to the replay. Look for my lives. Go to my channel, Crochet with Tiffany. Go to lives. Look for today's date, June 25th. And then enter in the comment section the word knockout. 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 All one word. All right. That way you can enter into the giveaway that I'm going to be giving. I'm going to be announcing next week. Circle your calendar. Try to make it. I hope to see you there. Have a great day. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, everybody. Oh, I had so much fun.